REL Pacific is one of 10 regional educational laboratories, often referred to as RELs, which are funded by the U.S. Department of Education's Institute of Education Sciences. The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in a dramatic and unprecedented shift in the nature of schooling, with schools around the globe required to switch from in-person to distance learning almost overnight. As teachers and families adapt to these changing needs, it is important to consider how to successfully implement distance learning for students. This video will discuss how distance learning might differ in the Pacific region, rural and underserved contexts, and will examine important factors to consider when shifting to distance learning, evidence-based strategies for implementation, and available resources. There is a gap in internet access in rural and underserved communities, including in many Pacific region communities. This gap can create a barrier to distance learning, which can in turn foster issues of equity and access. The gap is of particular concern among 5 to 17-year-old students living below the poverty threshold. Students living at greater than 185% of the poverty threshold, and minority students who have lower rates of home internet access than their peers. This digital divide can make it difficult for educators to deliver content and can lead to students falling behind their peers when in-person delivery of instruction is not possible. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the global need for equitable internet access, and this need is likely to persist beyond the current crisis. Education institutions that serve Pacific communities are interested in innovative ways to reach their student population who live on islands spread across more than 5 million square miles of ocean. Because of this geographic isolation, some Pacific region students may experience lower rates of home internet access. While there has been significant development in the telecommunications sector in many Pacific jurisdictions, access to broadband connectivity, which provides the speeds and additional functionality required for streaming, remains a challenge. To mitigate this challenge, efforts are currently underway to introduce additional fiber optic cable connections across the region. Distance learning offers formats that can provide island residents with the opportunity to further their education without leaving their homes. However, developing and delivering effective distance learning courses, whether for enrichment, to alleviate teacher shortages, or in response to school closures resulting from the current COVID-19 pandemic, can be challenging, given infrastructure considerations and the region's cultural and linguistic diversity. There are many important aspects for educators to consider when deciding how to deliver online learning. Details that teachers should pay attention to when creating a distance learning strategy can include students' ability to access internet and/or hotspots, available technology in the home, available support from parents, other caregivers, and community members, and cultural considerations about the role of family members as teachers, course content, and expectations for participation. Available download speeds and capacity of students' internet connections. It is important to know what students' available download speeds are so that teachers can provide material that students will be able to access and interact with. This can be done by sending out surveys to students to get the information needed to assess students' internet capacity, either online or through the mail. Alternatively, teachers might contact students by phone to determine their levels of accessibility. If the student has a digital subscriber line, DSL connection, a common connection type in the Pacific region, then they will be able to have light to moderate web browsing, file sharing, and cloud backups, and will be able to download files and stream audio and video. If the student has a fiber optic cable connection, they will be able to access web browsing, online backups, and file sharing. If the student has a cable connection, they will be able to engage in heavy web browsing, file sharing, backups, frequent high-definition audio streaming, downloads, and uploads. If the student has a satellite connection, they can expect limited landline internet access and will be able to stream standard definition audio and video. If the student has a dial-up connection, they'll be able to use email and basic web browsing only. It is important for educators to be able to identify strategies that they can use to mitigate the challenges posed by variable internet speeds and capabilities for students who are unplugged or who have limited internet access. Strategies include providing a list of free internet hotspots in the area, or working with school or district administration providing hotspots for students to access. Working with local television or radio stations to broadcast content and programming for children of all ages. Creating arts and crafts projects and packets for younger students. Providing take-home boxes with activities for students in the younger grades. Checking in with students via telephone calls, Google Forms, or WhatsApp. Reducing the required download speed for students by using plain text in emails instead of HTML and attachments. Creating transcripts of videos or presentations for students. Providing hard copies of assignments and resources to students. Using portable USB drives or burning DVDs to deliver materials. Several online tools and strategies are available for distance learning for students who have plugged in or who have internet access. Various options will work better with various internet browsers, and security considerations are important to examine. The following free resources are available to teachers and families. Google Teach from Home is an online service designed to help teachers all over the world maintain the education process through online teaching and learning. Zoom is a video conferencing app for instruction, discussions, or for hosting office hours. Moodle is an open-source learning management tool in which teachers and students can post assignments and online tests and quizzes, completed work, grades, and educational activities and resources. DingTalk is an all-in-one app for teachers to connect and keep a community with their students that allows for messaging, video conference, live instruction, and document uploads. This resource is best used for students in middle school and up. Khan Academy is a platform that offers instructional lessons and practice for students on various subjects. National Geographic Learn at Home is a platform that offers teachers access to videos and other resources for teaching science and other integrated instruction. NASA Eclipse provides teachers with science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics, or STEAM, lesson ideas and videos that they can share with students. Audible Stories is an audio service that allows students to instantly stream collections of stories, including titles across 6 different languages. For additional resources, teachers can check out this online list of more than 100 digital tools for distance learning. The U.S. Department of Education's Regional Educational Laboratory and Comprehensive Center programs have also curated a number of resources for teachers, school leaders, and families. There are various learning styles that teachers may want to explore while implementing distance learning. Project-based learning involves having students work on projects that may integrate many subjects, including modalities and options for end products. Project-based learning allows for creativity and flexibility, especially for students who have variable amounts of internet access, which makes it an ideal model for differentiated instruction as long as students are able to check in with their teachers for feedback and focus. Project-based learning can include interest-based learning. Through interest-based learning, students become more motivated in education when they have more of a choice to learn about things that interest them. In this way, students can also choose both plugged and unplugged ways of learning. Design thinking. This learning style can empower students by assigning them to work on design projects that could impact the world. Self-regulated learning. Students who are able to set more intrinsic goals for themselves tend to value their learning more and believe in their ability to successfully accomplish their academic demands. Distance learning provides ample opportunities for flexibility and growth during times where online education may become necessary. While it brings many challenges for remote or rural communities such as those in the Pacific, it also provides opportunities to explore innovative ways to reach students, whatever their circumstances, and to allow all students to continue the journey of learning. To learn more about McREL Pacific, visit the IES website.